It has been a great week and a challenging week to almost every bracket of the age that we have. Young, old, middle-aged have been running here and there. And now it's like we are coming to a settlement, but we are not sure. This is EBN TV, and this is the Spheres of Life. Good evening. It is my hope that your week has been great, and we are here on the Spheres of Life, and this is the show that makes you understand different aspects and issues that are holding you in life. So make sure that there is transparency, there is accountability, there is objectivity and sanity in the things and the issues that we are handling here on EBN TV. So welcome from everywhere you are watching us from, and kindly engage with us from every direction, and just let us know where you are watching us from. This is EBN TV. I'm your host, Jeff Kimayo.
And Carolyne Muthoni. We are happy to have you from wherever you're watching us from your home screens or from your phones. Thank you for joining us. We are happy to have you as you are happy to have us. So join us as we tackle the topic scarred footprint with our amazing guest who's going to share one or two with you. So if you have any questions about our topic today, or rather to comment or share with us where you're watching us from, you can get us on our social media platforms. That's on YouTube, The Legend Productions, and also in Instagram and Facebook, Jeff Somba The Legend. So make sure you stay tuned and make sure you grab something from it.
Thank you. Tonight's topic is the scarred footprint. And the scarred footprint is maybe the path that you followed as you got to your breakthrough or to your destination. Because as you get to where you wanted to be, you have to get a lot of challenges. And these are the challenges that we try to talk about, the challenges that we try to uncover, the challenges that we try to unearth here on the Spheres of Life. So make sure that the things that you feel are a mystery or are a puzzle to your life, we make sure that we unearth, we make sure that you understand them. So the scarred footprint is the paths that you followed as you got into your destination and into the expected place that you wanted to be. And we are doing this because there are some people there and out there, and maybe someone who is listening to us and viewing us or watching us tonight, maybe who think that issues are so easy and things are so easy for you to find in life. But today we have a guest who is great, who is going to make you understand great things and issues and parts of life so that you may understand the topic, scarred footprint. So welcome so much to EBN TV.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this invitation. Yeah, my name is Irene Joel. I'm a mother of three. I'm married, and I'm a business person, and I'm happy to be hosted in EBN to talk about scarred footprints. It's an amazing topic, since depending on where you come from. Of course, in every journey, there are setbacks before you get to where you want to go. So I'm happy to be here.
Yes.
I'm happy for our viewers to listen to us this evening. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. As I made our introduction tonight, I said that it has been a running week. And if I may quote the running week, because it is making the shapeless have shape, and making ways maybe for the places that look so hardy and maybe where we may lack paths to follow. And because there is a generation that is trying to make a revolution, that is trying to make a change, and maybe on the constitution and maybe on the planning of our government. So that's why I'm saying the week has been so hard and maybe a challenge to different people. So how was your week?
Yeah, the week has really been tough, especially for business people like me. We are with those setbacks, part of them that we are seeing now in our government, in our society, in what we are going through. It has not been easy. One, because we have our young people, and the bill that has been going on. It is a hit to everyone, because everyone would want the world, the country, to run in a way that we are accommodated, all of us. So as we have seen our generation Z, that's how I've had it, called, as we are on another generation.
Yeah.
And I like what they are doing, because in this, we need that voice, everyone to voice, and we need the space where we can share and also place our views, because as business people like me, the taxes and what is this bill, it is a hit, and it is our prayer that something will be done on it, and our youth will be heard. This youth, these people, they are the future, they are our leaders of today. I always say not tomorrow.
Yeah, it is today.
Because what we build today, it is what takes up tomorrow.
Yes.
And they should be listened, according to me. What they are putting across should be heard, and something should be done. Because Kenya, if I can say, is a peaceful country.
Yes.
And our youths, what they are doing, they are still fighting peaceful. And they have a right.
Yes.
They have a right for this. And it will be our prayer if they can be heard and something be done. Because when we are doing this, when they are doing this, as parents, we are affected.
Yes.
They are also affected big time. When we are lacking at home, they are affected. They need to be in school. They need to get these jobs. And the jobs are not even available. So what I can say, it is, they have a voice, let them be heard.
Okay.
And something be done. There's a solution for everything.
That is very true. Now, what do you think is pushing these young people to act or behave that way?
Yeah, there's so much that is affecting them.
Yeah.
The taxes that are being imposed, they're just so much.
Yeah.
And there's so much in that bill that can be, some of our other generation may not see it. But what I can say, these people, they have knowledge.
Yeah.
And they have time to go through on this bill and understand what is happening.
Yeah.
So, there's that, the bill that they've said some of these things they have checked and they are correcting. But the fact is, inside the bill there's so much that we may not even be able to know. And then they are able to get in details and understand. So, and this thing is affecting them in big time. Because when a youth is out here and he has no job, he has created an opportunity for themselves, like online opportunity, and then you are told this guy is going to be taxed. Of course, it's a hit to them. It's a hit to them. There are some other things that are so, like these finances. When you get a job, the taxes, they are so much. Like the housing tax for me. I can imagine you have a housing tax and you have no allocation of any house, and you are there. You're being deducted. Yet the salary you're getting, it's not even enough. It cannot even cater for your own. You're just there because you have no otherwise. Then you find whatever you are getting, whatever you're taking home, it cannot even sustain you. So I feel they have a right, and what they are fighting for, they have a right for it.
Okay. Now you a businesswoman.
Yes.
Now, taxes are coming. They're flowing like a river. What is the impact of the taxes? And maybe how was the taxes been before the introduction of this new bill?
What I can say about the way it has been, I think it has been a bit soft. And it has not been bad when you're doing business. It has really been accommodating.
But you're not saying that it is soft for them to harden for you.
It is not soft to for us, for them to harden for us. Actually, they are not too soft, but we are really trying.
It's something that you can navigate through.
But now, when this one's the way it is coming, it's getting tougher. Because as business people, we are wondering whether to continue the business or to quit. So it is not easy for us business people, the way things are getting. The economy is getting very tough for us. We are paying rents, we are, there's so much that we are doing, the stocks and everything is going high, the production cost is going high. So you're wondering whether to continue, because whatever you get net profit sometimes does not make sense. Sometimes it gets you to the negative. And for you to break even and get where you want to go, there's so much struggle. So I'm wondering what will happen when this bill passes. So that's my worry. So it's not easy. It's not
You've got to be prayerful then.
Yeah, it's only God can
Yeah.
see us through this.
Yeah, okay.
So now that the demonstrations are being said to take place for a while, which we don't know when they'll stop, what's your advice to the Gen Zs while they continue protesting?
What I can say for the Gen Z, it is we should always have a room for a talk. Because sometimes they can continue, and as we continue with this, maybe we'll be hard. So they can continue, but if there's a time for negotiation, they can give it a listen and see. Because they never know what it is in the negotiation. Until you listen and hear and get what is being negotiated is when you can know whether you are for it or not.
Yeah.
So I would urge them to just have a room.
That's great. And thank you for the opener. We are getting to a very short break and we're coming right back to you. Stay tuned.
You are watching EBN TV, transforming your world.
Welcome back. This is The Spheres of Life on EBN TV. Welcome again, our guests.
Yeah.
The final question on taxes. What do you think the government or the stakeholders or the people concerned with the taxes, what do you think is the process and the way they should follow or take to impose taxes on goods and services?
I think the government should also, before they put these taxes and they want to confirm them, they should also involve all parties and the public.
Yeah.
Because as much as the tax are being imposed, we also have a say to be invited in these negotiations.
Yeah.
Because we are the people who are on the ground,
Yeah.
we are the people who are working, we are the people that the tax are being deducted on us.
Yeah.
So if they can consult and have some representative
Yeah.
from the young people, from the business people, other than the people that in the government, I think it will be a good thing.
Yeah.
Because the voice will be from everyone that is bringing this tax and is doing something for the government. So that is my proposal and what I would think it would work.
A simple message to our dear president.
The message to our president is just listen to the public. Listen to our young people.
Yeah.
We are praying. The church is praying.
Yeah.
Because these things, sometimes they need wisdom.
Yeah.
And we pray that God will give you wisdom to deal with
Yeah.
the citizens. Because you are there because God placed you in that position. And we know a solution is going to be found because there is God. With God, there is nothing that is impossible.
Yeah.
So all things are possible. These young people can be contained, they can be comfortable, and with God everything can work out well.
Yeah.
And everyone will be happy.
Yeah.
So this to our president, listen to the citizens.
Thank you. That's great. And
Thank you.
our audience, thank you for listening to the opener to our tonight's topic. And as we said, as we introduced the show, that our topic tonight is the scarred footprint. The scarred footprint is featuring more on a story of different personalities that went through that challenges before they broke through into their destination. So we have Irene here, and we are going to get a short story that is going to encourage you. If you have a question, kindly engage with us through the social media platforms previously shared to you. Thank you and welcome, Irene. So tonight we are handling the scarred footprint. And it is my hope, and it is my belief that you are not born as tall as you are. So where did you come from?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I come from somewhere in Eastern.
Yeah.
And I was born there.
Yeah.
I've grown there. I come from that place, up country.
Yeah.
And I schooled in an up country school. I went to high school in up country.
Yeah.
I come to college in Nairobi. And when I come to college, of course, the journey was not easy.
Yeah.
And one thing I thank my parents, they showed me the way and where to hide and where to cling on.
Yeah.
They showed me, they brought me up in church.
Yeah. But before we come to the town, the up countries are too many. You are born from up country, high school, primary school from up country, and we've not got the up country. Where is the up country? And maybe the things that you went through in that young stage.
Yeah. So I'm born from Machakos, not Machakos per se, but Tawa, as we're in the middle of Muthoni and Machakos.
Okay.
So a place called Tawa. And coming from that place, I'm born in a family of three.
Yeah.
3 girls.
Yeah.
I'm at the middle.
Yeah.
I'm the second born.
Yes.
And I'm a daughter of I'm there called Joel Kingoli.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm the name because my husband is also called Joel.
It's a coincidence.
Yeah, it's a coincidence. So it was not easy when we were growing up.
Yeah.
Those days, our parents, my dad was working in Nairobi, and we were staying home with our mom.
Yeah.
And we were staying home with our mom. Our dad used to come once in a while over the weekends. We used to visit Nairobi once in a while, either to visit him or to visit a relative.
Yeah.
That is the time we saw Nairobi. And the best thing we could do most of the time is over the weekend to stand at the gate and start checking who
is coming.
The buses, when the buses were passing, to see
who is alighting.
Dad alighting. Not yet. You can see the disappointment on the faces. And you see those kids from rural, how they do when the bus stand on the bus stop. They are there running to see if there's somebody who has just alighted. You see, and where we live, it's near the road. And there's somewhere where when people alight, there's a diversion. So you're thinking that bus has stopped there to drop your dad. You just look at it, somebody just diverse. And you're like, what? Okay, today is a pass. We go back, we continue staying.
Was the bus only one? Was it one?
There was one matatu that was called Itina Wesaimwe.
Okay. So this is to mean once it passes away, the expectations fade.
Yes, because when Itina Wesaimwe, you can't see it. You know it's dry. It's dry. So that is how it used to be. And with time, our dad, it was so sad and lost his job, and he joined us home. And the only thing we could do is farming. Go to school, come home, go to the shamba, and do the necessary. And they taught us how to do things with our hands. I'm so grateful for that training. It was, of course, those days you could not see it. You were like, it's time to go for shamba, and you were like, again. Then you just there, you go to the shamba, you come back home, you come back home to cook. At class 2, we were able to cook because you can imagine 3 girls, you are all trained, your mom trains you to be able to go to the kitchen and cook because we have to be in the duties. There were duties like everyone, there's somebody to cook breakfast, our youngest, someone to cook for lunch, someone to do the supper, and especially on holidays. So it was not easy, but we really appreciated because we were taught by that. I remember a day my mom went to the market and told us, I've been doing chicken for you people, you enjoy? Yes. Of course you enjoy that chicken, the kienyeji one. Then he said, now I've done it for long. Today, I'm going to the market. Before I come back, I want chicken and chapati on the table. How we'll do it, I don't know. The 3 of us, we are so scared we can't even cut a chicken.
And what was the age bracket between the 3 of you?
We were between class 2 and our elder sister was in class 4. Me was in class 2. My young sister class 1. My elder sister was in class 4. So the chicken has to be on the table and the food. Wow. We were like, so what do we do? We have never... She has taught us, we are always there watching her doing it, but touching, done it yourself, you've never. And I'm telling you, my mom was tough. You know, having 3 girls, it was not easy.
True.
So what did we do? We sat down, the 3 of us, so what do we do? Me, I can't. You know, I can't. Everyone is, I can't. So what do? We went for our neighbor. Those kids, you know, a boy, a family that had a boy, our cousin, please come and do it for us. We got one and he came, he did it for us, and by the end of the day, the food was on the table. So we got the credit from our mom. He didn't know what we did. So we were all smiling when the food was on the table. And she was like, I told you can do it even alone. Now I know.
So were you tried and tested in another episode?
Like that was one time. No, we had not done it in time before.
No, immediately after you did this one, you see you had a pass mark on this one.
Yes.
Maybe you were credited for that.
Yes.
And now here your mom is expecting to do the same to you again.
The second one, it was bad. The second one, now she was around. She just sat somewhere. And now we were told go to the kibanda and take the chicken. My sister went there. My elder sister went to take the chicken. Well, guess what happened? The door locked. She could not even hold the one chicken. She was just inside screaming and crying. So our mom was, so how did you do it the other time? The other time we were not taking it from the kibanda. We were just, you know, that way of you run after the chicken and you, that is it. This one, you are taking it from the kibanda. She screamed. My sister screamed. Yani, my mom, my dad was there like, what's happening? You know, the way you're thinking, is it a snake she has seen? Or is it something that she has seen inside there? So they were just like, there, what? What's happening? She was there helping the door out. What is it? The chicken, all the chicken were on her. So it was very tough. Then she tried, they helped her, got it. Then Irene, you are the one now to do it. She has tried to get the chicken out of the kibanda. When I went to cut the neck, it flew. You know, there is no neck, the head has gone, and the chicken is flying. So you have to rush, and actually that is also a scare on itself.
True.
So we had to rush it again, take it, put it in hot water. So that time it was a really tough exercise when someone is on you. So it was not tough, but at the end of the day, the soup was on the table.
Okay. So according to you, did you see the training tough, or was it helping you?
It was tough. Of course, that time it was very tough. I was like, Mom, what are you trying to do? This is so tough. We are not yet of age, but Mom is like, no, you are girls. You know, like girls at home, they are trained early on their duties and responsibilities. So her mom kept on telling us, you are girls, you have to be learning these things. You have to know how to cook. So those days it was tough, but today I now came to know for sure, this was something that she needed to do for me.
Okay, how do you relate that training and now?
Yeah.
What is the benefit that you can adopt maybe from that kind of arch training, maybe as you can name it by yourself? Because
That
it is you who went
resilience
through that process.
To learn and to keep on learning on how to present food on the table, it is something that even in the current world, in the business, we should always have it for us to succeed.
Yeah.
Because all those setbacks, they have to be there in life.
true.
And for me, that time, it was that handling that chicken, it was not a joke.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was so scary. And I could not relate. Honestly, even today, I'm still scared to do it. I do it because I have no option.
So chicken should never fly.
When it flies, oh no.
Okay. Now there
Yeah.
is a time and a point when your father lost his job. Which class were you in?
I was in class 4 when our dad lost his job. And when he came home, it was not easy.
Yeah.
Because, of course, when somebody loses job and there's no otherwise, they come home with everything.
Yeah.
And this time is matatu carrying your everything.
Sufurias.
Yeah. So when he came home, the good thing, my dad was very innovative. He just came home and he realized the potential that he had.
Yeah.
Because he came, he got a machine, this cherehani.
Yeah.
And from a relative who was now in a better position working in Nairobi, I just bought it and kept it home without doing anything.
Yeah.
Actually, to be precise, this was a brother to my mom, who was really a big help to us. Because when this machine was home, my mom, you know, when time are tough, now your breadwinner is home.
Yeah.
You're just farming and you see these seasons of rain, sometimes they are on off.
Yeah.
So what can you do when things are tough? So mom talked to this uncle and gave my dad the machine. So my dad started doing clothes. And that is what now fed us. She used to do clothes and my mom take them in the market to sell. So they continued like this. My dad continued doing this. And after some time, things got tougher. We are growing up, and the higher the children are growing, the more expenses, the more responsibilities increase.
Yeah.
So my mom had to leave and also look for a job. And she got a job in a school, a high school. She worked there as a cateress, and she was really, she got also a house there. So at least we got another place to visit.
Yeah.
So before, your mom didn't have any occupation?
No, she was just a farmer. Yeah, you know, a stay-home mother, a farmer.
A peasant farmer.
Yes, because, bringing up the children. Yeah, so when that time came, my dad now was the one to be left at home with us. So my mom had now to go. She called us. As I said, they brought up in a Christian way. We sat down on the table at that young age to discuss, do we let mom go for work or do we stay? So we were like, I think from what we have passed through, because that time my dad came home, we could be chased from school because of school fees. So we were like, if there's an option, there's a way, then as we have no problem. Our mom has taught us how to cook, has taught us how to be responsible, has taught us how to wash, has taught us so many things that we can be responsible. But of course, as a mother, it was not easy. And my mom is very prayerful. She prayed and she found peace with it. And she talks to her sister, young sister. She came to stay with us. Because, of course, when you come from school, of course, you have the homework to do. And now we were, of course, to get someone home. So our auntie came to stay with us. After some time, she got a house help who came to help us. But my dad, that time was tough. I remember this man has really been used to earning salary. He's home, and business sometimes is not picking.
True.
He's been left with that machine to do those tailoring, and people are not buying always clothes.
True.
So sometimes it could be very tough. So when before our mom goes to that school, Kitata Girls, we were not, sometimes we were even being chased for small money that you can imagine.
How long did you take home once you signed for faith?
Well, I remember one day we were sent home, and now when we were sent home, because literally home there's nothing, and our dad told us, go and say, we will get money this day. And we know in school we were told, if you don't have this money, don't come back. So where do we go? We've been chased home, and our daddy told us, go back to school. We said, I told you to tell the head teacher that I'll get money this day. As we cannot face the head teacher, we went back. Our bags are already in school, and when we went back, we could not go back to school. We could not go back home because our daddy was also very tough. So we went and sat somewhere on the road to wait for the time for school to end so that we can go pick our bags and go home. So that our dad will assume we went to school, we stayed. When we were there waiting for the bell to ring, we saw the head teacher. Where? The head teacher is here. I send you home. Why are you here? Well, we don't know even what to say. We don't know whether to run, to stand, but where you are seated, the head teacher just pops. Wow. We stayed like, we had no words to say. We said, we had now to tell this teacher like we are just from home to come pick our bags. So the time we went home, we told our dad, we went back to school, yes. You chased us. So we came to bring up that story when we were big. And he could not be, he was so surprised because even that time he did not pick it. But now our mom came through. When now it got to that point, it is when our mom, she was really approached many times by that school. And she was, of course, negotiating whether to go or not. But when it got to that point that our dad can't listen us home, and in school we can't stay there, our mom said now he has to go.
So in all these challenges that you faced throughout your journey while growing up, which is the most impactful challenge that you faced?
The most impactful challenge is this one I can say when we were in high school, because of to some point now when our mom got the job, things softened. She was able to provide food, everything. We were never chased again from school. But obvious, the salary that she was making when we went to high school, we went to the same high school, the three of us. And we could, of course, fake it until we looked like those children from urban town. Because after all, you've met there people from different sides. And the way we were brought up, we were brought up in a way that we are so close, and knowing God, you know you're different from any other, even if you are in those up country. So when we went to high school, the challenges that we got is no matter what, even when you go to school without that shopping, you know, those children, those students from town, they come with big shopping. You go home with, you go to school with just the basics and your lady. Just the basics. And our mom kept on telling us, we trust in God, just cling on there. Don't look what other children are carrying. Just focus on books and do your best. And your life is on the hands of God. You don't have to look at whatever other people are carrying. Just focus and stay in class. If the school fees can be found, forget about the blue band. Forget about the other things and do your best. And that's what we did. So what really taught me in this life and that journey, it is in life you have to focus, and the mindset that you have really matters a lot. And no matter what comes through, when you trust in God, there'll always be a way. There'll always be a way. So the voice and what has really been working for me, even in that journey, prayer, for me, it has really been key. Because even things are tough. Even when the parents don't have school fees, they used to call us together and they tell us, can we pray? God will provide. And for sure, it used there used to be a way.
So looking back to these challenges, how did they shape the current Irene we have today?
Yes, they really shaped me in a big way. They really shaped me in a big way because after school, after college, I got my first job, and I could feel because I know what I want in life. When I was employed, I gave my best, and one thing I learned, where God has positioned you, in the season that you have been positioned, do your best. Do your best, because there's a reason for that. If you have a job, give the best. Give the best as you can, focus and deliver. Because that one, it will shape you for tomorrow. Because from my employment, I did my best. I can say even when I was leaving my employment, my boss, I did a letter for resignation and he refused. This time I already had a family, and I told, I just want to go and bring up children. Of course, sometimes you don't disclose what you are going to do to your boss. You don't. And especially a place you've worked for over 7 years. So it was like, no, it's not your time, you know. You can't just go and be a stay-home mother. I told him, no, I've agreed with my husband. I'm really grateful for my husband. He has really been supportive. And I had told him, like, I think I don't belong here now. 7 years down the line, I need to move. And my husband was like, are you sure? I was, because I feel now the real Irene should come out.
Okay, I'm holding you shortly, and we want to hear what our audience are saying to us.
Audiences are very interactive. I can see Masindegwa saying, watching from Wiki, I always follow this program and it's very educative. The hosts and the guests are perfect. Gideon Mwangi saying, congrats, my sister. Irene Joel saying, wow. Dina Mwania saying, good evening, following tonight's program. Good to see you all in the studio. And Susan Wangoi saying, watching from Jericho, thanks to EBN TV, and more so to you, Jeff, for giving my, I think this is my mom, giving my daughter the platform to do what she likes most. Thank you, ma'am. And Daniel Mutinda saying, tuned in from Kileleshwa, Nyeri Road.
That's good. And keep engaging to us through the social media platforms. And we're getting back to Irene, and I think there is something you've skipped.
Yeah, one more.
There's one more, okay.
Yeah, from Alex Obora saying, what an inspiring life story. Irene Joel has put it so well. This is a version of my story too. Caroline and Somba are changing lives.
Great. So as I've said, Caro, there's something you had put across to our guest. I think you're rushing too fast as the Gen Z are doing. There is a place you were in class 2, class 3, class 4 there. Now, shortly, we want to hear, maybe in one sentence each, how easy or how hard was it in your primary school and in your high school? Because you've shifted to college and work before. How did you finish your primary school?
Oh yeah, my primary school, I passed very well. And that time, I remember, I was an average learner. And I remember when I got my results, one of my relatives coming to my dad and telling my dad, now Irene has passed, and the other elder sister is already in high school. How are you going to make it? These are girls. Why are you investing so much in them? And my dad could not listen to that statement. It was so firm.
How old was your dad then? Because there are tyrants and dictators in nature, so maybe of that age. That's why you want to know, how old was he then?
I guess he was in 30s.
That's great. That looks a bit focused.
Yeah, he was in his late 30s. And my dad was like, really? Because, you know, when you have, in those clans, when you have girls in your family, those days people used to see it like you have lost it.
Yeah, true.
That was the perception of people. And my dad was like, these are the children that God has blessed me
Yeah.
with. I'll try and do my best. It is okay if it's bad to educate girls. It is fine.
Yeah.
So our dad just listened and he took me to high school. And I went to the same high school that my sister was. And they did it. They tried their best to keep us in school.
Yeah.
I remember when I was in Form 3, because it was still tough. You know, having 3 in high school is not a joke. I was sent home with my sister, my elder sister, when she was in Form 4. And because we were sent home together, my dad, the teacher said, we go the 2 of us. When we came back for my dad to talk, to be given time to pay the school fees, the teacher said she cannot let us, both of us, in school.
Yeah.
So who was to sacrifice?
Yeah.
Irene.
Yeah.
I went again back home. And when I went back home, my dad now he had no option. He went again to that uncle who proposed me not to go to high school. And that uncle,
what was the uncle proposing to your dad that you do?
To go just let me or take me to a polytechnic. Just there, you know.
You had the conversation?
With the...
You had it from your father and
yeah,
uncle?
then I repeat. Then my uncle came and started telling, now because of this other one who is in school, you should let them space or take them to different institutions. So that you can afford. My dad was like, no, this can't be. So this, when I was Form 2, when I was chased from school, my dad went to this uncle, his young brother.
The same one who...
Yes, the same one who was giving the opinion for me not to go to school.
Okay.
He was really against for me to go to school, to high school. Yet I had passed. So my dad had a goat to take to the market so that he can get the school fees.
How much was the goat?
They got around 7,000.
7,000?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a bit good.
Yeah, it was a big one. And because my dad didn't want me to stay, he told this uncle, because he was an assistant chief.
Yeah.
So he has a salary. Just give me this amount of money. I take her back to school.
Yeah.
In the market day, I'll come, take this goat and get the money and pay you back. My uncle said, what if the goat does not get a buyer? So me, I can't give you this money if you are depending on the goat.
Yeah.
And my dad had to stay away and told me, just stay indoors and get into books.
Yeah.
Then my mom now is the one who now went to get an advance now to take me back to school. But I really stayed home. I stayed home for almost more than a month.
Yeah.
Just doing my studies myself, and then going to the...
Now you are studying after you've cleared your KCP.
After I cleared my KCP and went to the high school, I already reported to high school.
So are you studying materials for... you're studying materials from high school, eh?
From high school,
Okay.
then you see my sister was ahead of me. So I was using those materials to study, and I just stayed there and kept on praying, and I went back to school finally.
And how did you maneuver through college if you were passing all these issues and challenges with school fees?
Yes, God makes a way. I tell you, how I managed to go to college, it was a miracle. And we serve a miracle God.
That's great. And I feel like there is something we left from the audience, and I think we have to touch up.
Yeah, our fans are saying, I can see Cosmas Mutinda saying, tune in and proud of Mr. Kimayo. Douglas Munyo, I don't know how to pronounce that word, but Jeff, anyway. Your show is very interesting. I love it. Tracy Wavinya saying, tune in. I'm proud of you, girlfriend. Irene Mutheu saying, tune in from 001. Chris Kitheka saying, watching. Jemima Kamota saying, tune in from Tasia. Virginia Wanjiko saying, beautiful show following. Alex Obora again tuned in, and yeah, that's all we have.
That is very nice, and our show is not ending here. Irene's story is very long. And we promise to give it back to you once again, because I think we've not even tackled a quarter of it. And we are to a point where she transitioned from primary school to high school and to college. So next time we shall be discussing, or we shall be handling the college life, how she transitioned from high school to college life, the challenges that she went through. The story is interesting. The story is very long. It can't end here. And here we are getting the final word from our guests, but we promise to come back to you very soon. Less than 2 weeks, we shall get Irene back to you. So let's have your final word.
Yeah, for the viewers who are watching, one thing that I've learned in my journey, it is God never fails. If you put trust in God, no matter the challenges that you are going through, it doesn't matter where you come from.
Yeah.
When you go on your knees, for me, prayer has worked mountain. It has really moved the mountains.
True.
And you know, like you can meet someone there out there and think you are just where you are. You just came from somewhere and go there. It is a journey, and what you are purposed to do, the goals that you have, don't let anyone pull you down. Work towards your goal. Let God lead you. Let God be the leader. Always, when you let God to do, He will always do it. Give all your concerns, the challenges, take them to the Lord, and you'll always find a way. There is always a way when you take it to the Lord in prayer. So it is so encouraging. The journey has really been not easy, but I'm grateful to God for where I am. So my viewers, what I can tell you, it is your story can make you. Let your story not break you. Let your journey not dictate who you'll be in future. Let your journey encourage you to push harder to get to your goals. Because if you don't, you break. So don't allow to be broken. Take up, be strong, focus, and work towards your goals. And you'll find yourself getting to where you'd always want to be.
Great.
Yeah.
So from me, my dear viewers, is just a word of encouragement that the scarred footprints you face in life are only meant to challenge you for your future and get better from them. I've been your host, Carolyne Muthoni. All I have is to wish you a good night, and a big thank you to our guest for honoring our invitation, and to you, my dear viewers, for tuning in. Till next time, have a good night.
And from Eastern to Western, this has been the Spheres of Life here from here on EBN TV, and the topic has been the scarred footprint. We are transitioning to a new week. We promise a great show coming to you next week, and we pray that you'll be safe as we start off this new week that we are touching on tomorrow. And I wish you've enjoyed, and I want to declare that all this shall be well and your life shall be great. Kindly listen to the Spheres of Life every Sunday from 7:30 to 8:15 every Thursday. I'm your host, Jeff Kimaiu. Until next time, we bless your night.